Hey guys, what is up? So we are back with episode 6 of Twinning Out, and the episode starts with Niki and Nate visiting Gabi and Colin at Gabi and Colin's house because Gabi and Colin recently was exposed with someone who had COVID, so they were being safe, and so they were in quarantine for like 14 days. Take a listen.
Can't go inside, so we can't get sick, dude. Gabi!
Gabi.
Hello.
You guys are so extra.
We brought you guys soup.
Thank you.
Gabi and Colin came in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID. Luckily, they tested negative, but they're quarantining to stay safe. How do you feel today? 1 to 10. 5? Colin's a 10.
How's the COVID sex?
She's on her period.
Gabi, I have my period too. Cycle sisters.
How are we gonna give them this food? Are we just gonna pass it through the door?
Give you this?
Yeah, you can just leave the soup on this.
I feel like we're parents and they're the kids.
Put it on the doorknob.
No, you drop this and run.
Thank you for the bread. Bye, thank you.
Although Gabi and Colin tested negative, I do think it was really safe of them to just quarantine themselves for 14 days. Now we move on to Niki, Nate, and Alex. They're chatting it up, what seems like a backyard, drinking mimosas, and it's also Alex's birthday. Take a listen.
Champagne showers, baby. Okay, we're gonna do a little cheers.
Happy birthday, Alex.
Happy birthday.
Welcome to the 27 Club.
Oh, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that? That was just hurtful. Definitely weird that Gabi and Colin aren't here.
Yeah.
I know. But they can't see anyone until they know they don't have COVID. Yeah, that's pretty scary. And I just had a breakdown before coming here because I'm obligated to a lot of Niki and Gabi stuff, but I also am trying to do my own thing, and that's why I'm pulled in 500 directions. Everyone's literally like, Niki, come on. I literally had a breakdown, and I was like, I'm one person. Although Gabi and I are going for our separate career paths right now, we still have obligations for the Niki and Gabi channel. And with Gabi being quarantined, a lot of the work is falling back on me.
Okay, so here I thought it was interesting that Niki mentioned that she was having a breakdown, being pulled in 500 different ways. What other, how are you also, what was that breakdown really about? Me and my nosy butt just wanted to know a little bit more about her breakdown that she had before meeting Alex.
I have to be Niki from Niki and Gabi. I have to be Niki DeMar, the artist. And I have to meet deadlines and keep my subscribers happy and keep that flowing and somehow keep my personal life going. I've learned over the years that, you're gonna piss people off. It's not that big of a deal.
I also wish Niki took more of a deep dive into when she says, a lot of the Niki and Gabi channel stuff is falling back on her because Gabi and Colin are in quarantine. But I wanted to know what work needs to be done because Gabi, although Gabi is in quarantine, they've filmed episodes with Gabi on Zoom. I just wanted to know what exactly does Niki have to do, which is making her feel so overwhelmed at the moment.
It really isn't. It sucks because it's I get it, I do it to myself, but here's the thing. My goal is music. I have just touched the surface of what I want to do. There's so much traveling and touring and songs I want to release, and I do want to get signed to a label. But right now, I'm in this in-between, and I'm exhausted. I think music is a kind of thing where you can't have one foot in and one foot out. There's so many talented people that want it just as bad as you, if not more. And I just feel like if I really, really want this and I really want to do it, the time's kind of now. So I feel like I have to put both feet in. And if I put both feet in, I gotta take a foot out of the Niki and Gabi channel for a hot second, Now
I feel like these sisters just need a life coach because although they're working on their separate projects and they clearly know what they want, right? But I think they need a life coach to really organize everything out because, it's clear as day that we all know Niki, she wants to become a musician. She wants to become an artist. She wouldn't even mind leaving YouTube to just become, an artist, a singer. And she talks about feeling overwhelmed, but so did Gabi too in the other episodes because Gabi goes, I have, Blood Queens and filming for my vlog channel and my perfume, blah, 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 right? These sisters both have a lot of separate projects. So I think if they also had a life coach, I feel like if their goals were placed out on paper and they had that extra, a life coach, they wouldn't have that overwhelming feeling. Okay, so now we bounce back to Gabi and Colin. They're at their house, sitting on the couch, drinking some wine. Take a listen.
Overall, just put that under the umbrella of 2020. Happy birthday to Alex with 2020.
Want some wine?
Sure.
Wanna watch a movie or something?
Tired. It's so frustrating being stuck at home because everything is on hold. Quarantine is a buzzkill to my work. Is this what it feels like to be a stay-at-home mom? I keep thinking about the fight that I had with Niki last week. I never reflect on anything because I'm always like in fast forward. I'm always working at a fast pace. And being in quarantine, like, really forced me to sit with my thoughts. Say, like, I do want to get signed to a label. Say I want to move to LA. I don't want to leave you with a child to venge and figure out what the hell to do. I've been, like, spooked. And I'm like, is Niki right?
Yeah,
She's acting like it'll ruin everything.
Well, it'll be different.
Makes it sound like if I settle, my career's over. And that scares the crap out of me.
You're ready for a kid. I feel like I'm ready for a kid whenever it happens. Niki isn't thinking about that right now. She's like, work.
I just wish she didn't have to put me down. Like, she literally has me second guessing everything.
I agree with Colin here. I know Niki is all about work, and with Niki and Gabi's previous fight in that first episode, I think obviously Niki wants Gabi to be happy, but I think it stems back to when Gabi was sharing, like, you know, I want a family, and she just bought a new house and she's getting married, and Gabi does want kids, right? I think it scared Niki, but not because Niki wasn't happy for Gabi. It scared Niki because it was kind of like, am I going to have a music career? You know, is this the end for me? Because if my sister's on this whole nother page, does that mean that I need to hang up my dreams and be on the same page with Gabi? I think there was that thought with Niki, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to do what Gabi's doing, but if she's doing this, does that mean that I'm starting my dream too late? Does that mean that I'm just late in the game and I won't become an artist? And I think that's really the gist of that whole fight.
I feel like she thinks because my ambitions and goals of, like, being a mom and a wife, and she doesn't have those dreams, I feel like she thinks that makes me take work less seriously, and that's what bothers me because I take work hella seriously. I never relax, and my stress levels, I think that's why all this keeps happening to me.
Yeah, well, I don't think this whole situation is helping with your stress level.
No.
We can be more careful, but I also think that when it happens,
It happens.
That's when it was supposed to
The
happen.
best things happen unexpectedly.
Everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to, okay? We'll figure it out, okay?
Yeah. You're so sweet.
I love you.
Colin's right. There's no reason that I can't balance a successful career and kids. Whenever my day comes to be a mom, I'm gonna be ready, and it's gonna be when the time is right.
Ow, don't pinch me. Ow, please.
Look, Gabi is definitely trying to have kids for sure. But anyways, now we move back to Niki and Nate talking on the couch in their apartment.
Hello?
How was your session?
Nate, we have a demo.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I just don't know how much longer I can keep self-funding everything financially to pay for the music. It's just all so much.
So what do you do?
I feel like the only way out of this is to get a label. That could break us free from this shit, and we could actually go live our life unattached from my twin sister, and I actually have a separate career that has nothing to do with my twin. So Nate recently agreed with me to go to LA to chase my music career if it came down to it, which gives me such peace of mind. I think down the road I'm gonna have to probably be in LA.
Yeah, well then we can have that conversation.
Really?
Yeah. Or keep self-funding yourself so you can have the ultimate creative freedom in your music and not be brought down by a label.
I have the ultimate creative freedom right now. But guess what? Your girl...
Yeah, you're an independent artist,
Your girl is burning out.
No, I get it. You've always been spread really thin
No,
since I've known
I've
you.
never been this spread thin in my entire life.
So what's your dream scenario?
Honestly, reality, what I want is I want to have my dream White House in LA. And I want to get married, and I want to be a musician, and I want to have a recording studio there, and me and you literally
We can have your dream
jam
White
out.
House here, too. You just wrote a fantastic song in 2 hours on a Zoom call in here, and we're in Pennsylvania.
When you're with a label, you're needed in the studio.
I'm worried about you risking too much and throwing all your eggs into the music basket.
Now, when Nate says that we can have our dream house right here too, I feel like this reminded me of an episode. Now, I don't remember if this was on the Niki and Gabi channel or on Gabi's channel or Niki's channel, but I saw this on YouTube on one of their channels, right? And it was a scene to where in the YouTube video, Gabi mentions to Nate, your dream house is sold or something along those lines. And then Niki mentions, oh my gosh, Nate, should we be looking for houses then? I didn't know you were looking for houses, blah, blah, blah. You know? So this to me off the bat, I just think that Nate wants to settle in PA in Pennsylvania. I think that, you know, Nate just sees himself being with Niki and starting a family in Pennsylvania. Definitely state your opinions below, but I also think that Nate wants to be on the same level as Gabi and Colin. I think he's on that page and I don't think Niki's there yet. And you know what? No one seems to be talking about this, but Nate works for Niki. Even being on this Snapchat show, that's still Nate working for Niki and Gabi. Feel me? So I just find it really weird that, I don't know, to each their own. But to me, if I was in love with Nate, I'm not going to have my boyfriend also work for me. That's just so weird on so many levels. In my opinion, you know, to each their own. And I can see that becoming complicated in a way. And I remember it was like Niki and Gabi take the Bahamas, or they took somewhere, right? It was on Awesomeness TV. And I remember there being a scene to where Nate had mentioned he turned down an offer of being on like the Discovery Channel or working for the Discovery Channel. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he turned down an offer because he was working for Niki and Gabi. And it starts to make me question Nate's whole, like, his whole life. Like, who is he without Niki and Gabi? Like, you know, I just think that's got to be unhealthy in a way for your boyfriend to work for you. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about that.
And YouTube going away and...
Honey, I made a YouTube career from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Don't be worried about me. If there's a will, there's a way. You can't settle. The potential of being in a place where that industry is, you don't see the importance of that.
I feel like if I was going to LA, I'd be settling.
And here you're not.
Yes.
Oh, You're going back on everything you said. I am like just completely thrown for a curveball. This is totally not what he said about going to LA with me. You can't go back on your word like that.
You're very fixated on this like stereotype that you have to be in LA.
It's not.
To be somebody.
I was there for 10 days. I did so much more in my 10 days there than I have in the entire year I've been in Pennsylvania.
I also think that Niki is too going back on her word because she had posted a YouTube video on her channel. It was during quarantine about how like living in Pennsylvania has actually given her more opportunities. She would talk about how she loved being a YouTuber in Pennsylvania because it's like it's different. She even made that statement of how her videos are different from the LAers, so to speak. Like she doesn't have palm trees in her videos. So I found it interesting that, you know, she's just like, no, I need to go to LA, you know, right away. And granted, she should, but, you know, she also was she was flipping back and forth too.
At the end of the day, we both are introverts and homebodies. We don't really leave the apartment as it is. So why is he willing to lose our relationship to live a completely different life without me when the life in LA we would be living would be pretty similar to the one in Pennsylvania?
I find it understandable to why Niki wants to move to LA. I really do. I think that when she moved there the first time, she really didn't give it a full chance. And I think she's regretting that. I remember in Alicia Marie's Truth or Drink, even Alicia had mentioned that she didn't think that Niki really gave LA a full chance before moving back to Pennsylvania. So I do think Niki's just kind of regretting that, and she wants to go and see what she could really do in LA to like boost up her music career. And then how in the heck will Rachel fit in all of this? Their relationship is just, it's complicated.
Maybe you go out there for a couple months and just live your life and just figure out, hey, is this really what I want?
Then what happens to us? I want Nate in the career. He doesn't know what he wants.
Wow, oh my gosh, the fact that Nate told Niki to just go out to LA for a few months. Is that like without Nate? Is that without him? Oh my goodness. I feel like they're gonna break up. I'm not trying to throw that out there in the universe, even though I just said it, but I don't know. I don't think damn, it's hard to turn the page when you know someone won't be in the next chapter, but the story must go on. So I don't know if, I think Niki definitely needs to go to LA for sure, because no regrets out here in those streets. No regrets like the Millers. But yeah, I definitely think she needs to go to LA. I think that Nate definitely wants to stay in Pennsylvania. But I also, this episode though really made me question, who is Nate without Niki and Gabi? You know, I want to know, because I feel like his life is too centered around them. You know, I do that. I truly believe that. I want to know, like, what does he like to do? I want to know, like, what job would he be doing right now if he wasn't filming for Niki and Gabi? I want to know more of that stuff, because I feel like his life is too centered around Niki and Gabi. Feel me? There was just a lot of questions that came after watching this episode. So I really do hope they like follow up with all of this stuff in the next one, because I like to know more. I like to know way much more. In Snapchat, y'all need to make these episodes longer. Like, what the hell? Make these episodes longer. Oh, and a lot of you guys said that you wanted me to review their channels after this. Let me know. Do you want me to review this, you know, heartbreaking video of why they don't get along? Or do you want me to review Niki's like living in my sister's shadow video? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.